Hi there. Thank you so much for doing all of the work that you're doing right now to get your TAs and students set up for online instruction. I've had a few folks ask about how to get their TAs added into their Canvas courses and then next to give them access to their Zoom meeting rooms so that they can host office hours or tutoring hours in their course. And so I just thought I'd record this short video for you so that it would be easier than repeating these instructions by email, which is kind of difficult. So the first step is to make sure that you have integrated Zoom into your Canvas course so that it shows up on the menu for your students and for your TA. And so what I did to do that in my Canvas Comp 252 class, I went over here to settings, and then I looked down here at the items that the apps that students can connect with, and Zoom is hidden by default, and it'll be way down here under Z for Zoom. So you just drag it up here into your navigation bar so that you can see it and your students can see it and your TA can see it. The next step is to make sure and add your TA if he or she isn't already into your Canvas course as a TA. So if you go over here on the left and click on people, then you would just go into the list that's your students' names and just click plus person, copy and paste the email address of your TA in there, and then choose that you want him or her to be a TA in your course so that they'll have a different role than the students there. And then they'll receive a course invite and be able to be in your course. The final step that I would recommend to actually set up those office hours so they're easy for students to get to would be to maybe put it in an announcement and then also put it right on the home page of your course, maybe way up here at the very top, where you typically put your office hours. You would put an additional link for your TA's office hours and then also a link to your Zoom meeting room so that you can use it and your TA can use it. Let me show you what you need to do in your Zoom. So once you log into Zoom out of Canvas, you can go to this profile page here. You could also just search fortlewis.zoom.us. Once you're in your profile, that's what I clicked on here, you'll see that you have a Zoom meeting room here. That's your meeting room to use anytime, and your TA can use this same meeting room. A couple of things that will allow that to happen. One is that you want to make sure and use this link when you put it up there for students in your announcement and on your home page. And you'll see that I say use this ID for instant meetings right over here. If that isn't checked for you, you can just push edit and check that box. That means that anytime you want to meet with anybody, whether it's scheduled or not, if they click on this link, they'll just go right in. The other really important thing that you need to make sure and do is if you schedule repeated office hours, if I go up here and I say schedule a meeting, and I might say Sally's tutoring hours, if I schedule those as a recurring meeting, which I can do right here, every Tuesday afternoon she's going to have some meetings, and I can click recurring here. If I scroll down, here's the other thing I want to make sure and do. I want to use that personal meeting ID for that meeting, and down here is another important thing to do. You want to say enable join before host, so anybody can go into that room during that meeting time without having you start it. So if your TA clicks in here, he or she can just open this meeting using your meeting ID at the time of her tutoring hours, and he or she can run those open tutoring hours without you logging in. So I hope this was helpful. Again, you need to make sure that Zoom is on the navigation bar over here by going into settings. I would recommend listing Zoom hours right in the front of your homepage on an announcement so that students know when and how to reach you there. And then lastly, make sure in your own Zoom meeting room that you're using your meeting ID and that you have clicked this use this ID for instant meetings so that people can come in there automatically without you. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.